ladies and gentlemen, in status quo, there are a lot of problems that happening in within the ASEAN country itself. Let's say like deforestations, forest fire, or genocide that happening in Rohingya, for example, ladies and gentlemen. So it affects in a lot of sector, ladies and gentlemen. For example, it affects the economy within the ASEAN country itself, or even it affects your country the moment when those kind of refugees going to your country, and then you have to spend a lot of more budget to cater all of their needs to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. So this kind of problem, it's really crucial to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. So as ASEAN nations, our stance is really clear, ladies and gentlemen. So we would like to remove the non-interventionist policy in order to making our stability and also security within ASEAN country itself, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, several clarifications about what do we mean about the intervention in this case, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we want to use intervention as a last option, ladies and gentlemen. So we won't use intervention as a main things to solve the problems itself, ladies and gentlemen. And then second of all, before doing like interventions, we would like to do like giving punishment such as embargo, boycott, and also giving letter of condemnation, and so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. And then if this kind of options is ignored by country that is still doing crime within their country itself, we will directly do the intervention to those evil country within ASEAN itself, ladies and gentlemen, by sending directly the military troops from ASEAN to do direct interventions to those country itself, ladies and gentlemen. So second of all, I'm going to give like point of justification in this debate, ladies and gentlemen. So there are 2 points of justification in this debate. First of all, principally, the moment when you did harm things to the others, it is justifiable to give you like some punishment or also retribution and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. Second of all, specifically in geographical proximity, ladies and gentlemen. So what do we mean about geographical proximity? The moment when those evil country in ASEAN doing like some problems such as creating like forest fire and also genocide, it affects also in your country, ladies and gentlemen, because your country is near from that country, ladies and gentlemen. And it affects into your country also, ladies and gentlemen. So that is 2 points of justification in my debate, ladies and gentlemen. So second of all, why I'm going to explain 2 kind of things in my debate, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, why it's most likely beneficial and also effective, and how it is going to be sustainable for eradicating the bad things within ASEAN itself, such as genocide and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. First, why it's most likely effective and also beneficial. First, so basically, we are going to attack the country that has a lot of problems like a crisis of humanity, genocide, and so on and so forth. Meaning that we are not going to attack the country that didn't have any kind of problem to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. And then second of all, why our action is most likely effective, because we are going to attack only the people that has a lot of problems. For example, that the military that is totally oppressive to begin with, or the leader of that country that is totally dictator, and so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. So so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. So our action is totally reasonable to begin with, ladies and gentlemen, because we are not going to attack such a country that didn't have any kind of problems to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. And then second of all, why it's totally beneficial? First, because we are going to revitalize the economy within the ASEAN country itself, ladies and gentlemen. Because note that the investments only come when the situation within the ASEAN country itself already safe, already secure, and so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. The moment when the situation is not safe, it's not secure, the investment will never come, ladies and gentlemen. So it creates like chaos within society, and then moreover, a lot of people cannot be able to work as usual, ladies and gentlemen. Second of all, how it is going to be sustainable for eradicating the bad things like genocide and so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, First of all, so we do this. This kind of interventions only once, ladies and gentlemen. And also, in my previous speech, it's also targeted, ladies and gentlemen. The moment when we do like intervention only once to the certain country itself, it will affect the other country within ASEAN itself, ladies and gentlemen. They will most likely think that I'm not going to do like genocide, I'm not going to do like problems and so on and so forth, because I'm afraid to be invaded with intervened by ASEAN itself, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, I have to be, I have not to be like doing like genocide and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. And then why it is actually effective and also efficient, ladies and gentlemen? Because first, it is spend less budget, ladies and gentlemen, meaning that you no longer need to spend a lot of budget, a lot of money for the upcoming problems that will happen in the future, ladies and gentlemen. Because to begin with, we already give them like harm, and also it will affect other countries within ASEAN to do the bad things, ladies and gentlemen. So even if the opposition side of the house saying that it takes a lot of budget to send troops and etc., it is still totally good in our side, because we only do that only once, ladies and gentlemen. Because and also meaning that we no longer need to spend money for the upcoming problems to solve like genocide, forest fire, and so on, so forth, ladies and gentlemen. So in the terms of budget, we are totally most likely better in our side of the house. So lastly, in conclusions, so why our side is better than opposition side of the house? First, in the terms of effectivity and also beneficial, because we spend less budget and also we are going to revitalize the economy within the ASEAN country itself. And also in the terms of sustainability, we do it only once, and also it will last in the long-term period, ladies and gentlemen. So with this, we are really proud to propose this motion. Never been prouder to propose.